Hi everyone, about a minute on another EV fail, and yes, there have been a lot of them. But what's notable about this latest EV fail is that the story was published in the Washington Post, and it was published on March 29th, just 9 days after the EPA issued a new rule mandating a massive increase in EV production in the U.S. So here's the headline, March 29th, Biden's $7.5 billion investment in EV charging has only produced 7 stations in 2 years. This was $7.5 billion that was appropriated under the bipartisan infrastructure law that passed, I think it was in 2021. And it allocates money to the states to help them build EV charging stations, but only 7 stations built in 2 years. That's an embarrassment. And remember, this is key, because if you can mandate EVs, but if you can't recharge them, then they're not going to be very worthwhile. And consumers have been slow to adopt them. Yes, there's been an increase in EV purchases, and there's no doubt about that. But now we're starting to see the friction. And the fact that the Washington Post is reporting on this and in such a very clear-eyed manner is truly remarkable. The subhead on the story says it has been a painfully slow rollout. Yeah, painfully slow. 7 stations in 2 years. What's the problem? Well, it's easy to talk about energy transition, and a lot of people are talking about it. But the reality is that we live in a world that is a network of networks. The electric grid is part of this network of networks. You can't just go out and overnight build a whole bunch of EV charging stations. You need skilled labor. You need transformers. You need to have the distribution system and transmission system that's robust enough to handle all this new load, which for some charging stations for EVs can amount to megawatts of new power demand. The other key line here is that the sluggish build out could slow the transition to electric cars. Yes, it could slow the transition to electric cars. I think the transition to electric cars is going to be very, very long, and I've been writing about this for more than a decade, and you know where to find me. I'm on Substack, robertbryce.substack.com. Thanks a lot. See ya.